Alright, let's rock and roll, my friends. I asked them, but they don't reply to me. They're busy, I think. Easy players don't start tier. That's too weak. You don't get combat stats. I think Sapphire Crystal start on Rise is pretty based. Fuck tier start. Ooh, that's a big miss. Big miss here. Hilly is allowed to posture. Big miss here. Elioyo on a ward. Interesting clear here from Elioya. He went Wolves, Gromp into bot side? That is dank. He skipped blue. Did you talk about Vyrunes? I think it's perfectly fine. PTA, I think it's okay. I think probably better than Conqueror, honestly. I don't mind it. Ooh, the sidestep on the Q is really big. Really big. He has Q here. He has Q. Oh, flash from Karzi. Good reactions here. Spicy, spicy. Ooh. Oh, 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 Hilly Baba. Give it to him, baby. Bro, the reason this is sick, by the way, is because he counted lethal with the help of Scorch. Yes! Hilly! Ooh. Okay. Flash for flash. Now Elioyo is crossing into top and his Gromp and Wolves are already respawned. This is a very exotic clear from Elioyo. I like this. Because he focused on the camps that will respawn quick and now he's clearing the first alteration of blue. Pretty dank. Pretty dank. How the fuck is gold lead this much? Well, it's Lucian CS, Ezreal's catching a wave, and yeah, first blood. Keep my first blood, 400 Gs, assist gold. So it's already 550, right? So it's 550 and then you have CS leads, that's 800, my friend. Hilly was the problem, by the way. Hilly Vanilli. Hilly Boo Boo. Alright, let's look at this again. Look at Hilly. I really like Hilly goes straight in front of Lucian here to block the Q of Ezreal. Really, really good. Hilly leverages the fact that he is very healthy, pushes forward. I think if he pushed more, he didn't need to flash like he did. But this was really well played by Hilly. Really reading the situation, man. Really good. What a smurfer. Holy shit, that's how you build a Maokai, by the way. Fucking Demonic Embrace first into the Raiden Virtue first when you're solo AP. He's not even solo AP here. They're kind of AP heavy, but he goes Demonic Embrace anyway because he knows what's up. This item just lost 0.2 percentage burn on melees. Bro, this item is still monstrous. A big part why this item is OP is because first base, you get a Giant's belt. Bro, you know how strong you are when you walk out on the map with a Giant's belt? You know how intimidating your health bar is? Like, when Maokai just walks there with 1.3k HP, you're like, what the fuck? I don't have enough damage to kill this dude. Yeah, Kazi and Hilly are really good. Really, really good. Like, my main concern here is that they banned Caitlyn on blue, right? So that could be like something they don't want to play. Hilly is not the biggest Lux player, so that's important to highlight. But all in all, when they're playing Lucian Nami, the Lulu lanes, the Yumi lanes, they've been really, really good. Oh. Okay, that's a good one. That's a good one actually from Astralis. Respect there. Good gank timer too. Very good timer here. Enemy slow pushing out. Elioya is in river for the crab. This was very well played by Astralis. Respect, guys. Good value here from Mercs for Rise. He's playing into a very AP heavy composition. I think that he's respecting now Maokai, so he's not trading aggressively with the Azir. Azir there was fake pressuring with Maokai being in river. Dior, you know already that he's gonna have a target on his back. Elioya is full clear into full clear into full clear. Yeah, why not? It's like I stepped into river when he needed to, and this Vigank on bot was just good. You know, he was in river and they felt safe on bottom side, and the lane gank was a good timer. I think that you can't fault him for that. Yeah, I invited the squad guys, but they are not responding to me. Maybe we get them later. We shall see. You're left with just me now, for now. I think Treats is with LS. I think LS doesn't like me. And I asked Fabiven. I asked Upset. Dominators with the rat. So I'm all alone, guys. Oh, Younghoon. This is not the way, Younghoon. I think if every time, guys, let me tell you the rule, guys. The rule for support. If you're gonna contest mid, you have to do it through mid, and Vi needs to be on the same side as you. Very important. Younghoon had no business being here because his team was playing topside. Really big that Astralis got this Rift Herald. They're staying very competitive in this game, but Younghoon's death here it was very bad. Because keep in mind, he didn't see anybody bot. They just came out of base, Lucianami base first, right? And after, just because they base first, Karma tried to cross into river, and then of course the teammates could connect. What about Kadril? Kadril is a busy man, bro. Kadril is on a whole nother level, bro. He's one of the my man is a hustler. I need to grind the streaming game for like 3 years before I feel comfortable bringing up Kadril in any of these conversations. Kasi is a psychopath, by the way. He knows that he needs to trade 1-for-1 because Vi is sniffing his booty hole. Let's see, we get the ult here. Ryze is hovering too. Okay, Astralis came to fucking play, by the way. Really good. Really, really good here. Astralis are playing, by the way. Astralis are playing. So far, with the limited 10 minutes we've seen so far, I think that both of these teams have played better than a lot of the teams we saw yesterday. I'm going to be honest, okay? Group B, in the first 10 minutes that I've seen, is looking way better than Blue. What is Merc on Ryze? Merc on Ryze, the enemy team has a lot of CC and a lot of magic damage. He needs it to survive lane. Kobe has a top tier ADC all split long. Yeah, for sure. For sure. 113 also playing good. Did he get the Lioyo? They got the Lioyo as well. Oh, didn't get the Lioyo, I lied. He has flashed as well. Curious about Kobe's build here on Ezreal. It looks like he's going to skip tier, which I like. I think Essence Reaver into Navori Kraken looks pretty good. Doesn't seem bad here. But the main question always when you go Essence Reaver is how much are you going to delay your Cyrilda? Because here the enemy is quite tanky, right? You have the K-Sante that's going to tank a lot of the Qs, and he's building full armor already. You need to consider your itemization needs to align so you get Cyrilda on 3. Maybe we get Essence Reaver, Navori, Cyrilda into Mythic. That could be something, but Cyrilda is going to be clutch. Very important, Cyrilda. This Drake is huge for both teams. We have spikes. I think here, I would say that blue side is a little bit stronger in terms of the spikes. I think they will have an easier time fighting front to back if they're connected. Lucian is a bit disconnected here. You know, the main question is if they can one-shot someone with Vi ult, if someone's out of position. But if Maokai gets to prepare the Drake and put saplings, it's going to be a very big deal here. I think Finn can actually fight back here. This is very bad. Oh! Oh, Finn! Okay. Yeah, Mad Lions connected in River a lot better, took over River from mid, were connected, Ryze was isolated with no ult, and then Younghoon is out of position. By the way, I thought it was crazy that Chicey was inviting this 1v1, you know? It's crazy, crazy, crazy. I thought there was no way he's winning this. He ulted, he went all out and got smacked, you know? Let's see now. I don't think they have lethal here. I don't think they have lethal. Keep in mind this Gale Force. This Vi is only level 7. I don't think they have enough damage. Mad Lions are just they just have better fundamentals. That's what's keeping them in the game. But 113 had some good gank timers, decent lanes phase from Astralis bot, Finn is smurfing top, but Mad Lions just have better fundamentals. Oh, that's rough. Keep in mind Lucian also has Gale Force, so I think this was way too desperate, way too sniffy. When your nose is too big and you sniff a little bit too hard, you know? I know it all too well. Look at this fucking crow's nose. He went for the bow gank. The bow gank worked earlier, so makes sense. Which team is favored by Hextech map? I think Hextech map honestly for red side looks better because they can like Hextech map onto side and look to collapse on the people that want to side lane, but honestly, the same thing can be said for Mad Lions. They could just Hextech map out and collapse on side. It's much easier to kill people that are contesting neutral waves through those means. You have too much energy, Amaro. Do you do drugs after stream? After stream? Is now? Yesterday, by the way, I was talking for 14 hours. I did a 3-hour episode with Freak, which was fucking amazing, by the way. 3-hour stream with Freak, like a Voice of Yamato episode. It's a banger, guys. Really, really nice. It's one of my proudest episodes. Freak, he has so much passion, you know? Bro, Finn has been smurfing, by the way. Finn has been absolutely playing well the last 5 games I've watched of him. This was good. Let's see how he converts, right? Because Finn has been in these positions in the past and then he just completely loses his mind. Let's see if he's going to keep his mind in a good place. Big important note here is that Finn has TP advantage. Mad Lions is doing a much better job of controlling river. Yonghoon doesn't, like basically Astralis are struggling really hard in connecting in river and Mad Lions have capitalized on just better macro. This is a Dior with Mercs, by the way. He's not so easy to kill, so I like that Mad Lions didn't go for this. Imperial Mandate here for Lucian Nami, they are monster strong. Giga strong. You see Astralis now rises in isolation, but Azir is showing on mid, and now Elioya and Mad, they're going back. They're just going to trade side. This is kind of weird here. Dior with the flash. He has learned from his game after Fnatic the ranges of Azir ult. This is kind of weird. I think Mad Lions over-indexed on trying to kill Dior in mid. Oh, Kazi has Gale Force and Dash and Flash. Wow. Didn't use any of it. Didn't use any of it. Now Dior, Jax TPs. That's a Flash. Okay. I was praising Mad Lions in terms of how they connect, but they stayed way too long in river and never re-entered bottom side. The wave crashed into them. Mad Lions overstayed in mid-river. Like, they over-indexed on this mid-dive, and then their position was way too late to go into bottom side, and then they just decided to give up on it. And then they tried to re-enter way too late. And 113 was just patient and waited. Okay, Dior also going into top with the Rise ult. This is a very killable Kesante. So we have the Navorik of Kobe. I wonder if he's going to go Cyrilda on third. Cyrilda on third into Mythic, I think sounds really OP here. Don't get blinded by the fact that you need a Mythic. I think Cyrilda here is pretty good. Another option that you have on this champion is that you just go for Eclipse and then you play it like that. That's also an option because you get the percentage pen. But I think that you have to just go Cyrilda on 3 here. I think Cyrilda on 3 is massive. You can even go Cyrilda on 3 into Ravenous Hydra, by the way.
Right now, it does feel like it is going okay for Astralis. I think Mad Lions are happy as well with the situation. I think both teams are pretty happy with the one they're going. And as you said, it's about leveraging your own advantages, leveraging what you can make happen and trying to catch somebody on a bad rotation, off guard a little bit. That's going to be, honestly, the difference maker, in my opinion, for how these two teams are going to be able to fight.
Okay. Yeah, this dragon, I think that Mad Lions are way too late to start to throw saplings and to contest this. Keep in mind, Lucian needs to base for rapid fire cannon too. I think that Astralis are looking spicy here. I just hope Finn doesn't show on mid-wave. This I don't like. Like, why is Finn showing on mid-wave? Don't do this ever, by the way. What Astralis is doing on your screen right now, they lost their position altogether. Just leave Ezreal in isolation, trap the enemy in the enemy jungle. When they face check you, fucking damage them. Make them regret face checking into you. Ezreal can connect with you no problem. Why do you show your forehead? Making the decision of the death ball composition so easy. Now everybody's showing. Imagine Jax was on a flank before. Now, of course, he's covering from blue side, which is fine. This position is not too bad. Chasey on a very good angle here. I like Chasey's position. Now Jax is a good position too. But here my Lions get pushed out. I mean, they push out the enemy with the Maokai ult. Finn's position is pretty decent here. Dior. Oh, no, 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 no. Finn is in the pit. Oh, he gets pushed out. Okay, Chaser should be dead here. No flash. Okay, 1 for 2. But they get the Drake as well. Of course, advantage Mad Lions here. Why isn't anyone playing Vayne? Because she can't fucking damage waves. She's way too low range and she's just a champ with a lot of damage. But she is too short range and can't push. So she doesn't choose any of her fights. I think he's out, that's no problem. Yeah, imagine they were in a position where, like, when Mad Lions entered into river, they would take more damage for it. But instead, they were showing all on mid-wave. Really big mistake there from Astralis, I think. Another thing that you can do with Ryze, although here he didn't have Ryze ultimate, is that he just catches the mid-wave and enjoys the fight with ult. He can choose the position and judge accurately. Why do people keep building RFC on Lucian? Because it's really good with Nami. People are so confused by the AD carry changes that they made Navori and IE so fucking great that you have to buy it second no matter what. That's really untrue, by the way. Some of these items, for example, PD is really fucking strong still. PD is really good in a lot of cases. IE is an item that scales off of crit very heavily due to how it's skewed with, of course, the crit damage. And RFC on Lucian Nami, increasing the distance of being able to apply the Lucian, like the Nami E, is really important. Dior is playing these fights really fucking awkwardly. Very rough. I think that Mad Lions can actually go for Nash here. They could just turn around for Nash. It's like, you know, the distance that Lucian is capable of covering with his... It's like rapid fire cannon makes your auto attack range align with W range. So basically, you W E auto with Nami proc into R and you get the move speed of W. It's like the rapid fire proc is really insane there. Oh, Finn. Finn wants to win. Everybody was Finn is fighting. Ooh, I like the E into the Q. Finn really wants to win. I like it. Yo, Finn is looking great here. Finn is having his photon moment. Why don't we see Morgana in pro play? I think that her kit, basically, her W does nothing, right? Her W is basically, give me 20 gold. So that's the problem. Her E has a very long cooldown and is breakable. And her Q is a very hard spell to hit on good players. So she doesn't have a lot of contributions in those moments. It's like in the past, Morgana was really good into all-in lanes. But now, Braum and Renata and Heimerdinger are just better Morganas. Because they deny the enemy of all-inning, but they just do it in a different form, right? Black Cleaver is perfectly fine here. Under. Black Cleaver is perfectly fine. Black Cleaver has been buffed on the patch, and Vi needs AD in order to make her clear better. The ability haste is a very good stat. It's like Black Cleaver is insanely cost efficient. So many draft and item Andes that take their opinions from other people and then they they just want to pretend they're smart.
Emperor of Sands or a little wizard blue boy. You know? Hey man, I love
mean,
the
look,
song "I'm Blue Dabba Dee Dabba Die," but
I was gonna say that thing was iconic. Like, you know, like as was Rise.
true.
And let's quick here with Shadow Flame into full Mercs team. It's like, I understand the Shadow Flame, but I think that Void would actually be better here, straight up. I think Void is just better.
Reveal Lord of the Rings spoilers, so
Black Cleaver is strong here. And keep in mind that after the durability patch, everyone has a lot of armor per level too. It's like the base armor of each member is insanely high already. It's like, I wouldn't be surprised if we click Lucian right now, he has 60 to 70. He has, Azir has like probably like 80 right now. It's like armor per level is a real thing.
like giant Reddit threads. Thaddeus is so unprofessional.
So we have Lucian going for IE here, which makes sense of course. I don't like that Finn is the one swinging his stick here on mid. I really like this if they just start Nash on this and force the enemy to re-enter, but rises into bot, so I think this is not gonna happen.
They really are incredibly
I think that if Astralis recognized earlier that their position was way too late and way too shit, they should have just pressured Nash. They actually have insane Nash damage.
for me. See if you can figure that one out.
There you go.
So he's sitting on about 1.1k. So I think he only needs like 150 more, 200 more, something like that.
Yeah, Maoka has 96 armor without armor items, yes.
AC getting engaged on.
JC is very tanky though, so does lose a little bit of his health bars. We are gonna see
Okay, Dior with his positioning. Oh, that Ezreal ult was huge, by the way. Insane Ezreal ult. Ezreal did 2k damage there. But it doesn't matter. Okay, okay, maybe Ezreal rise? Oh, Dior. What was Dior's flash here? Oh, he'll die to Leandri here, no?
and he will die. Niski picks himself up his 5th kill of this game, and it's just like you said. It's
I don't know, Dior, man.
team fights. Mad Lions have it in the bank.
4 days
Dior is holding these boys back, man.
alive for Mad.
Fuck, man. Come on, Dior. This is your moment to step up, man. This is your moment. You're 19, Dior.
Chaotic. It's just
You need to perform better. Your team is performing around you. Everything is aligning, okay? Everything is aligning for you to cook.
he just watch Dior as he TP's in. He gets rooted. He gets knocked up.
Look at that Ezreal, by the way. Crazy.
Tries to re-engage beautifully, but the bubble from Hilly is clean. The stopwatch from Niski, and it comes back to this range conversation. Kobe
But also, it's like Astralis from before. That when the 4th Drake was getting killed, the fact that they didn't utilize the situation to get better side waves or to pressure Nash was a very big problem. Now, the issue is very easy for Mad Lions to just enforce their composition. It's like this
ways in which they can
Nash will be utilized to enforce the comp of Mad Lions, and then it will align perfectly with Soul Point, and I think that Astralis actually have very low chances of winning the game. Like, it's non-existent here.
For this, we are still
The timing of the Nash and the timing of the next Drake is way too rough. Azir will finish Death Cap, Lucian is on 3 core, no Cyrilda on Ezreal, this is going to be a disaster.
Astralis. You gotta find a place to go.
Very rough, man. Like here they can just siege and break the turret. Lucian dashes with Nami E, basic attacks once, and he one-shots the whole enemy team. Look at Dior's HP, man. Kazi just fucking got 64 Gs. He just robbed Dior from his fucking hard-earned pocket money that he gets as an allowance from his mom to buy candy, man. Come on, man. Come on, Dior. The win condition is that Mad Lions trips and stabs himself in the eye. You know? This is...
There to try and stop this.
It's like now I think Astralis need to try something desperate, you know? They need to try to do something crazy. The thing is, there's too big of a level disparity, too big of an item disparity. This Azir is a monster with a death cap. Finn is, you know, in a death chasey on Kesanta looking good.
That was a lot of damage.
There's no win condition left, guys. It's like after this Nash and the gold distribution is just way too rough. It's a 10k gold lead. And there is no savior here. GG.
Shurima shuffle.
GG.
Lands Karzi a double kill on a plate, and as clean and as composed as you like, Mad Lions are knocking on the door of game 1.
You can see the smile on Niski's face. The angry VMO comes through.
Yeah, I think honestly, I think 113 has looked fine. I think 113 has looked fine. It's like
What he can.
Niski did have the flash, a little bit more damage than he probably wanted to.
I could see like Astralis with like Jizuke, Astralis with leader. Like that could be a cook up, man. That could be a cook up.
There was a bit of back and
By the way, Jizuke was all-pro mid laner in, like, all-pro #1 mid laner in America, and then he didn't get any LEC and LCS offer. Screwed by GMs.
Dynamic of top junglers, but what a great game from Mad Lions overall. Very little to break down, honestly. Like it was a situation where Astralis crafted a composition that required them to build the game leads. And while I think that we did see a couple picks here and there,
What exactly do you dislike about Dior? I think he's weak in lane phase. I think he's vulnerable to ganks. This game he didn't play. He played fine around the ganks, right? But then his positioning in fights, mechanically, it looks very rough. These are things that I dislike about Dior. You know, this is nothing personal. This is just about the gameplay.
It was
just a matter of Astralis.
What did you think of Elioya pathing? It was very interesting. It was like I need to double check. Was it Wolves Gromp into bot side? That's really dank.
Available. How could we littered around the map?
So he started Wolves, did Gromp, crossed into bottom side. So basically it's the reverse of the other clear, right? I like it. I like it. What a dang clear, man. What is Rice supposed to accomplish in that game? Well, in fights he should play better, that's for sure. I think in terms of the early prio, I think that the Rise ult into bot was perfectly fine. But it's like my characterization of Dior is related to the whole split and also the previous years, right? It's like looking at this game, right? I think that Astralis had a very bad time. Like, had a very, very rough time controlling River. And I think that you can definitely attribute those mistakes to Yonghoon as well. And they just had Dior in isolation. Astralis as a team just doesn't know how to contest through mid, right? And looking at some of the bad Dior games from the regular split, you know, he was dying to ganks left and right, and he was mechanically underperforming. And that matters, you know, that definitely matters.
Keep my eyes as well on the map. Dior going to invest an early TP here. Wants to start stacking up that tier as quickly as possible. For Astralis, closing that.
I like the Elioya pathing.
But coming from this bot lane and the fact that the Mad Lions bot lane have been showing more maybe and more stability, this is what I expected from them. But let's talk about the other side of the
but also then I think a lot of different avenues. Like when the
Thank you very much, Tapped Mill.
for Astralis,
Appreciate it.
finding ways to like coming out of a drink fight, flash over the wall, get a kill. Even the mid fight when they're already super behind, they're losing. He's like getting 4 players stunned with the counter strike. So it is once again a situation where Finn finds ways to team fight excellently. He has been
Why the stylist trolls Ender every day?
I mean, I agree.
Honestly, right? This is one of the more normal outfits from Ender. Let's be honest.
In both these
He's looking like a surfer going to a business meeting,
showing, I think from the side of Mad Lions,
and that's the look, guys.
they have the better way to set it up when we reach that mid game, and that's why they really took off as well.
they have it as complicated is that we talked about Astralis needing to have some comfort picks and some picks that are easy to play. And
I really like the jacket that Lore has. That's a nice jacket.
on the side of Dejour in the mid lane.
Yeah, I think this was the kind of draft that
Guys, we already talked about Dior. Let's not flame more. Is Kazi upgrade unforgiven? I think so, yeah.
that Mad Lions is a better team. So even though Astralis is put in the best possible position, it's still going to require more from them than just a comfort draft. This was just the best footing they could get, and I think it's really difficult for specific.
Yeah, I think mid lane was rather uninteresting. Like, I think top 3 for sure. Niski, Caps, and Perks. That's it. I don't think anyone else is in that conversation. And if anyone wanted to give me an argument as to why any of them is first place, I'd be like, yeah, that's okay. But I think that, for me personally, I liked Caps' performance the most. But I am a lot more forgiving about the games where G2 completely troll draft.
Honestly, yeah, the team fighting of Astralis just hasn't been there. And
I think Larson played fine yesterday, but I think also Certus played giga bad, you know, and I think I think Certus was a player that got way overhyped way too quickly, and I think maybe you could say the same for all of SK. But I think still SK's bot lane is performing super good, and I always had this concern about Marcoon. Marcoon, the fact that you know, he was only really performing really insanely well on Sejuani and Elise. You know? Irrelevant also ran it yesterday, and this is a player that I've been hyping up, you know? I don't know, yesterday SK just completely lost their mind. They just kept fighting and not paying attention to where their AD is. It was so strange. SK yesterday looked like SK in week 1. You know?
Was more lacking from the side of Astralis here. It was something for them to set up the team fight better, because they were really relying on just throwing the Vi in there and then hoping for a follow-up. And it's when they try to go for the follow-up that their members also gets picked apart. So I think maybe you just need to go for something that's full team fight as well, because it looked a bit complicated when you played into Mad Lions that kind of had the range advantage.
Let's rewind a bit and talk about the positives. You were mentioning Finn. I want to focus on the solo kills he got here.
Yeah.
Similarly to what the ones